ladies and gentlemen, I want you to really pay attention to this story that I'm about to tell you, because they're going to start ramping things up for unvaccinated people. See, they spent the greater part of 2021 dragging you all through their laughable mainstream news and blaming you for everything that's wrong, which is a bunch of bull. But this is what they're doing. And see, this is what they have always done. If they can't get their way, you get demonized, your character is assassinated. We know the old bag of tricks that they still use, because we know these folks never change. Well, this is what Intel is doing, and this is what will be done across many different industries starting in 2022. So pay close attention. Intel will put unvaccinated employees on unpaid leave, and this will go into effect on January 4th. You can best believe it's going to be more companies following exactly what Intel is doing. So they're now going to mess up your financial life. That's what they're going for, because you won't do what they want. Okay, I got some audio that I want you to listen to.
Intel will put unvaccinated employees on unpaid leave.
Bundling home and car insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it.
When the commercial is over, we'll resume. They have to always slip this in. We know how they do. But y'all just brace yourself for anything, because I know this is the next move they're going to make against people in this country. Okay, here we go.
Intel has reportedly notified employees that anyone who remains unvaccinated will need to get the COVID-19 vaccine or submit an exemption by January 4th. Otherwise, they face being put on unpaid leave, according to the Associated Press and the Oregonian. In the December 7th memo obtained by both publications, Intel HR boss Christy Pambianchi said unvaccinated employees will need to seek an exemption or get weekly tests, even if they're working from home. She also reportedly told employees that the company will review medical and religious exemptions up until March 15th of next year. The company initially put the January 4th vaccine deadline in place last month, but didn't specify what would happen to unvaccinated employees if they didn't comply. Intel won't fire unvaccinated employees and will still provide healthcare benefits to those on leave. If an employee's exemption isn't granted, they'll be put on unpaid leave for at least 3 months, starting on April 4th, and will not be terminated, as Pambianchi reportedly puts it. She also stated that Intel will still provide healthcare benefits to those on leave. Intel's vaccine requirement was put in place to comply with President Joe Biden's vaccine mandate for companies with over 100 employees. However, federal courts are still debating whether a sweeping mandate like this is constitutional. We are closely monitoring the legal environment and expect it will take time for the case in Georgia, as well as other similar cases, to be fully resolved, Intel said in a statement obtained by the Oregonian. Google has also started cracking down on unvaccinated employees and reportedly said that they will be placed on a 30-day administrative leave if they fail to get vaccinated or submit an exception by January 13th. If they're still not vaccinated after the 30 days are up, they could be subject to unpaid leave and even termination, unlike at Intel. Facebook and Microsoft are also enforcing vaccine mandates. They're requiring that employees get vaccinated before their offices reopen, which has been set back until 2022 for both companies. Apple hasn't gone as far as any of its big tech counterparts. It hasn't set a vaccine mandate. Apple does still require employees to take regular COVID tests, however. The Verge reached out to Intel with a request for comment, but didn't immediately hear back.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see how many big corporations are going to be implementing this thing. And you can best believe it's going to trickle down to even smaller and medium sized businesses too. Since not a lot of people budged on this thing during 2021, they're now going to use this particular tactic of unpaid leave as a weapon. They are going to weaponize this thing against those that don't want to meet their requirement. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because this is coming to a business near you. And what they're going to do is just keep ramping it up and keep ramping it up. And if they can't get satisfaction, then they will financially try to destroy you. Now, recently I did a story on the Supreme Court because healthcare workers in New York were trying to say it was unconstitutional for them to be forced into doing something they didn't want. Well, the Supreme Court ultimately went along with the employers. They will not take religious exemptions. So they don't have to accept that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you'll have to tell me what you think about this and what would you do if your employers give you this type of ultimatum? What would you do? You know? So it will be an interesting year in 2022, especially if this is what they're going to be doing headed into their new year. This is what they're going to be doing. So they're going to be cracking down on certain employees if they don't comply. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.